What's going on, world? AJ here, and welcome back to a new episode of AJ Tech. And today on the show, we are going to go back into the world of Linux. Oh, yeah, Linux. I'm going to go back over some previous commands that we have gone through, and then I want to introduce a few newer commands. Well, they're not new, but newer to the show, newer for me, you know because there are new things that I've picked up and learned recently as I'm going through a Linux course with Network Chuck at his academy. If you haven't been there at all, go check out Network Chuck Academy. And you could pay for the subscription. He does have some free stuff on there, and Linux is free to go over with that one. So without further ado, get yourself a beverage in the form of 7-Up for me. 7-Up Zero Sugar, caffeine free. It's the Uncola, man. Make 7-Up yours today. I'm not paid by 7-Up to say it. I like 7-Up. 7-Up's good. It's fantastic. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, as you can see, I'm on a Windows machine, but we're about to change that because I have up in this upper corner right here where my Linux server sits. My Linux server, it's a file server / also home lab server. So, we're going to go RDP into that, connect to the local IP address of the system here. I've already authenticated through my TwinGate server, so TwinGate's already operational and running. I will get a TwinGate video eventually. So we are going to go ahead and log into my Linux Mint, whatever you call it. My goodness, I can't think of the words. It's an operating system, but it's not. It's a kernel. That's the word I'm looking for. My Linux Mint kernel. All right. It's not really an OS, but it is. But it's not. It's weird. It's Linux. Trying to remember my password too. I'm having a day. All right, so here we are. We are on the Linux server right here. This is the file, what you would call File Explorer on Windows. This is just file. So a couple things that I learned also when it comes to the world of Linux. That one, Linux is nothing but files. It really is. You could make all sorts of editing changes and all sorts of crazy stuff, and just it's so open sourced. It's great. It's really great to learn the lab and just play around and have fun with it. And so I do enjoy Linux. I really do. I don't use it all the time, but when I do, man, it's a fun time. I tell you what, it is a fun time. I have the Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition. Of course, you can't really tell if you minimize this. This is what the RDP gives me, all right? Look at that little mouse right there. It's so cute. Look at that. See, you feed it some cheese, all right? But anywho, we're going to have this back open. So this is where we're at right now. This is the folder. This is our location. You can access your desktop, your documents, your downloads, music. I just need to delete that. I thought I got rid of that, but it's OpenVPN. I was trying to do a VPN source until I found TwinGate. TwinGate's better. Go check out twingate.com. Pictures, your public folder, and then of course hiding underneath me are just other video, or there's a video file underneath here, templates and thin client drives. There's a text file right here. Nothing's in there. It's just an empty text file. I don't know why it's there. I think at some point I probably created it and just don't know why I did. So, but what we're going to look at here in comparison is the terminal. So we are going to open up the terminal here, which on Windows, I do talk about this, and I think I showcased this on one of my prior videos. You can install Linux on your Windows computer. All right, they have a WLS, I think, Windows Linux subsystem, or it's Windows Subsystem Linux, however it is. But you can run that from PowerShell and run the install for a Linux distro. I have a video out there. I'll put in the description below for you to check that out. But here we are. This is where we're at in our files. All right, remember this, what I showed you here? Pull this up here. This is exactly where we are in the terminal. All right, how do you know? Let's introduce a new command, pwd. I don't know what it stands for, or do I? I don't know if I've written it down. PWD. Did I write it down somewhere? I don't know what it stands for. I didn't write down what it stands for, but it's your current location in the distro, or yeah, in your file distro here. But that's it right there. See, it says home, ABJ server. That's where we're currently located at. Is the home folder of ABJ server. So to showcase a little bit more, another command here. I'm going to go back a file. All right, we're going to go back a file. I'm going to type in CD for change directory space ... to go back. Now we're in this location. So if I do PWD again, I'm just in the home location. But what's in there? What's in these locations? Two ways you could do this. You could do what I taught before, dir for directory, and it'll list out your folders here. Now these are user folders. All right, I backed out into this home location where the users live. All right, this is where the user accounts are hiding at. So I'm going to go change directory again to go back into ABJ server. All right, dir. There's all those files that we showed off here in this folder. This is what's listed here. This is everything that is shown here. But the other option to list out your folder directories, you could also do ls to list. So type in ls, hit enter. I like that version better. It's colorful, it's neat, it's cool. I like the color version better. That is so nice. And it's one character shorter. So if you're lazy like that and you just want to skip one more keystroke and just do ls, there you go. It's a nice compromise right there. It's kind of like when you run ipconfig, and actually in this case for Linux, it's ifconfig to pull up your network IP address, subnet mask, and all that fun stuff. But in Linux, there's two ways to do this as well. All right, so you got ifconfig, or you could do IP-A space A, sorry, not dash, IP space A, hit enter, you get the same information. Same stuff right there. Just kind of, rearranged a little differently. However version you want to go about it, IPA is a lot shorter, less characters. So if you prefer that route, or if you prefer how this kind of lays out here, or this lays out here, whichever you want to do. So our screen's getting a little cluttered, so I'm going to type in clear. All right, literally just clear, hit enter, clears your screen, clean slate. Let's keep going further. So ls to list out our directory. So we see that we have desktop, documents, downloads, music. Ignore the open VPN. I'm going to delete that eventually. And all these other folders. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the desktop. So in order to go to the desktop from here, again, change directory, CD. You can type in the word desktop. Now we're in the desktop folder. You can see icon right here, desktop. Yep, that's where we're at. So what's in the desktop folder? ls. You got my book and you got public. dir, same thing. My book, public, just standard text. All right, I really like the ls better. All right, so let's go a step further. We're going to go move into public. So cd, public. All right, now we're in the public folder. I'm going to list that out again. Now you got, hang on, you got folders with spaces in it. All right, so if I decide to move into, let's say, new folder, for example, CD and just type in new folder, it's going to do this. Bash CD, too many arguments. It doesn't understand that. What you have to do is type it exactly as shown within the quotation characters up there. So CD, it's the wrong one. You want to do the single one. New folder. Now you move into the new folder. Is there anything in this? I don't know. No, there's nothing in there. Confirm. Yep, there's nothing in there. So we're going to go ahead and go back out of that one real quick. Go back to public. I'm going to list this back out again. However, dir, here's a different way to do this. To go into the folder. I learned this recently too. Just playing around with it today. No, I don't want to do DIR. So if we want to go into this, the old, like we've shown here, with the quotations, you can go in that way. This one shows it a little bit different. All right, as you see the character differences right here, as new / space folder, while up here has the quotes within the parameters of new folder. So you could do either way on moving into your folder, whichever you prefer. I like the cleaner look of this up here with the little quote marks up there. So we're going to do CD, type in new, just kind of show off this, and then space folder, you're in there. So there you go. I'm going to go back out of that. Actually, I want to go back a few folders. So I'm going to do CD. I'm going to do I'm going to try to see if I can go back that way. No, it wouldn't let me do that. All right, so let's do CD. Actually, let's do CD home. Hang on, CD. Yeah, okay, I won't let you go too far back. All right, so CD public. Let's just type in CD public. Oh, for frick's sakes. All right, CD back. All right, CD. Actually, yeah, let's see if I can do desktop now. It's just going to yell at me that there's no such file directory. All right, whatever. CD, back, CD. All right, now we're back where we started. I'm going to clear this mess out. So, now I did show you that there was a couple users. There was myself, and then there was another user. Let's take a look at that real quick. So we're going to go back one more, back to the home. And of course, LS for listing the directory. There you are. Just kind of confirm where we're at. This is where we're at. All right, that's where we're at. So, if I want to go into DJ Frisk is a cat. All right, he's a cat that has a profile on here. I made up a character. All right, get over it. So, if we do change directory DJ Frisk, it's going to say permission denied. But what we can do is use our privileges, super user, SU, DJ Frisk. Oh, looky there. We're going to type in the password here that I have set for this account. Now we're acting as DJ Frisk. There we go. So if we go back here, now I could probably go access. Let's see if I can access ABJ server. Nope, denied. So, but I can access DJ Frisk now. And looky there. There we are. LS listed it out. We got cat food. All right. So cat food exists. Let's go into cat food. Like I said, DJ Frisk is a cat. So it's got a folder called cat food. Now we're in the folder named cat food. LS. We got a folder called Fancy Feast. We already have Fancy Feast here. Dusty Dubs video. If you haven't seen that one where the cat jumps in the window and goes, surprise, mother fluffers, go check out Dusty Dubs. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic videos. I love it. He does voiceovers of animals. It is great. I love it. And there was that in that same video. It's just like, it's my favorite. It's absolutely my favorite video. There's a cat off the streets who's going to pop a claw if he doesn't get him some Meow Mix. And they're all the sophisticated cats. I know, I'm rambling now. All right, we're at cat food. Let's go. All right, so we're going to create a new directory. We have a Fancy Feast, so we're going to type one from Meow Mix. So we're going to do MK for make, dir for directory, make directory. Here we go. You ready for it? We're going to create one right now. Here we go. Meow Mix. How do we know it's been created? LS. There it is. Meow Mix is there. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I'm not doing that whole thing. But if we go into Meow Mix, CD, of course, there's no, hold on just a minute. Very odd here. All right, so we're going to try this again. CD, Meow Mix. Hold up. What did I do? Clear. Oh, for frick's sakes. What did I just do? Can I get out of this? Okay, there we go. I don't know what I was doing there. Did I create stuff? No. Okay. We're trying to get into Meowmix, so. Oh goodness. No such file directory. Okay, hang on. Meow. Looks like it's 2 spaces. Well, you know what? I broke it. So that's all there is to it. So how do you get rid of a directory? I may not even get this right. Oh, wait. I think it's rm dir meow mix. Okay. There we go. We got rid of it. We don't want Meowmix. We want to be Fancy Feast. All right. So we're going to get out of this account. So I am simply going to type in exit, and it'll take you right back to my original ABJ server account. So I'm going to clear the screen. And again, you know, comparing all the stuff that we did, here it is. These are the folders, desktop, public. We went into public. We went into new folder, and all that good jazz. It's the same thing. It's just text, you know, in the terminal. It's terminal text versus the GUI interface that we see on our computers. You may not like doing, you know, the text-based thing, but you know what? Once you learn it, once you figure it out, figure out where you're at, man, it is so fun to go through. It is so cool to just navigate through the different directories and folders. So what have we learned today? All right, besides, I have a account named DJ Frisk that is a cat and has Fancy Feast folders. All right, we've learned through PWD. So PWD, which tells you where you're at. All right, CD change directory. All right, so we could type in a folder, ABJ server, which I already know it's in there, but you also list it out there. They'll show you that. The other option, dir. All right, mkdir makes a directory, so you can make a folder, name it whatever you want it to be. We're not going to do that right here. I showed you ifconfig and ifconfig and IP space A on how to obtain your IP address for your system, and switching users, super user, and then you type in DJ Frisk or whoever you have for another user. Type in their password. Just gonna make it up. I'm gonna error it out here. Yep, failed. There you go. Didn't want to go in it anyway. But that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We just wanted to have a little fun with Linux, kind of recap, refresh your brains on who am I? That's me. There's another one for you. Freebie. Who am I? Tells you who you are. Without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and take care.